The next topic is going to be on impact of great leaders on professional growth. Oh boy, it's going to be one. You need leaders, seriously. We spoke about empathy all day. Now, the implementation part. Impact of great mentors on a professional growth as technical writers. It has more than one, I'll tell you. Now, speaker for this is Rama Vasudevan. Quick word about her. She's a senior technical writer at Synopsys. She has over 11 years of experience in multiple high technology companies. Being a firm believer in all the things that enhance information experience, she constantly strives to explore new avenues that make things simpler and clearer for the audience. She also keeps a pulse on the emerging technologies and sees how best to bring in those into day-to-day work. Her motto is, by working together, we can make a difference.
Welcome to this presentation and thank you for coming. So I would also like to thank STC for this opportunity. And this session is about the impact of great mentors on our professional growth as technical writers. So actually the kind of introduction that the STC gave me, it's a perfect pitch for this presentation. So thank you so much STC for that. So just a small intro about myself. I'm Rama Vasudevan and I have been with Synopsys for around 3.5 years now. And previously I was with Juniper Networks and a few other organizations as well. To set the context, this is not about any tools or anything of that sort. It is about a mindset or a thought process which has helped me immensely at work and personally as well. So what could be your takeaway, right? So it could be that if you concur with the idea that I'm about to present, maybe it is one of the ways that will actually take you wherever you want to go. Maybe working on dream projects, maybe becoming a mentor, maybe becoming a CEO if that's what you want, right? So this is about that. To give you a background, why I chose this particular topic, right? So as a technical writer who has worked in a number of organizations, what I find is that the kind of BS or the challenges that a technical writer faces in any organization is almost similar, right? With slight variations here and there. So why talk about something that we are already aware of, but instead talk about those people who make those day-to-day challenges more bearable, and they also take you to the next level. So this session is about them, right? So, so this session is about mentoring, partnering, being there for people, learning from the very best. Probably it's like learning from MIT, IITs, or Indian Institute of Science, and how all these put together make you grow professionally and mostly as a person, right? Let me start with the belief, right? We all have strengths, not one, but many. But do these strengths have actually taken you where you want to go? So I would like to give a few moments pause for you to reflect on your strengths and where they have taken you. Just a few seconds. So do you agree that wherever you want to be, you are there with your strengths, right? While some of us are there, some of us are still getting there, right? So here I would like to give you an example, right? I watched 2 of Tom Hanks's movies, right? So we know Tom Hanks to be an actor of exceptional caliber. So the first movie that I watched was directed by him, and he was in the lead role. And however, I don't even remember the name of the movie, right? The next movie I watched was Bridge of Spies. Can anyone tell me who is the director of that movie? Anyone? No? So it was Steven Spielberg, and I rest my case. Tom Hanks was exceptional in that movie. So what I'm trying to say here is, you know, even though we all have talents, it requires the hands of a master, you know, to flush out your talent, to bring it to the forefront and make it sparkle like a diamond. So this session is about them, right? And coming to our own, right? There was this bus conductor who was plying our routes in Bangalore, right? Until he was spotted by one director, Balachandar. And the rest is history. So whom are we talking about? Rajinikanth, yes. So I rest my case, right? So this session is about them. So this session is about mentoring, partnering, being there for people, learning from the very best, and how all these put together actually, help you in your professional growth. It all starts with a magical statement, which is, we are all in this together. When this thought process actually seeps into your bones, the kind of positive impact it has on you and the environment that you are in is tremendous. We'll be expanding this idea in the subsequent slides. Let us start with a typical release day, right? It usually starts quite sunny, where we believe that, everything is under control, right? The release is going to go as planned. But as the day progresses, what do you see? You see a cloud hovering right above your head, right? And it usually starts with this drop, which is late-breaking changes. How many of us have faced this? Late-breaking changes. Almost all of us, right? So that is the first thing. And I've never been able to understand this Murphy's Law. Tools breaking down right before a release. How many of us have faced this, right? We all. And I'll tell you something. I was planning to say, it has always been the software, that I use for illustration. But now I found out that, while Anandita was presenting, right, I had everything ready. But then, as soon as Anandita started, right, I see my laptop. It's all shut down, right? I was like, let me restart it again, right? So that's what we always face, and it became true just a few minutes back, right? Then we have, whenever we generate the final output, we always face one error or the other, right? And then we have, other mysterious errors. So like any normal person would, right, what do? You run around like crazy, right? You call people, you chat with people, you are on the World Wide Web trying to solve things, right? Even after so much of effort, you find that, there are still a few things that are left, and you are not able to finish it. That is when this person drops by, right? Probably it is your another technical writer who is sitting right next to you, lending you a helping hand, saying that, I will work on the images. Why don't you actually work on your deliverables? Incorporating the comments, right? Or it might be you who is helping that other person, right? So it usually starts like this. And what happens? Because of this collaboration, the release goes out as planned. And the dreaded thing, right? In any release if you take, right, the docs are the only thing that is pending. How many of us have heard that? Almost everyone, right? So without hearing this, the release goes out as planned, right? So what happens? This is the usual scenario. You being there for someone, they being there for you, right? It's something that usually starts like this. Actually, the great mentors that we are talking about actually takes you to the next level, right? So it's not, they don't stop here. They actually, go many steps further, right? So whom are we talking about? The creme de la creme, or the, the cream of people, right? They have this remarkable talent of seeing something special in you, in me, in each one of us. So what happens when someone sees something special in you, sees your potential, right? So you start believing in your talents. You start having faith that you can come up with ideas and you have a fair chance of actually getting them realized in your organization. So that's what happens when someone sees that potential in you, right? So when you come up with an idea, right, I have always found this, there are so many hurdles between you and the end goal, right? So it's true with everyone, right? So what happens? If you have these people, they actually roll up their sleeves, right? Work with you, extend their time. They willingly share their knowledge and expertise and make your ideas come true. That's what they do. They walk the talk, and for me, they actually, make you believe that you can dream. you can reach for the suns and the moons and the stars. Probably they are the low-hanging fruits that you can actually, grab them if that's what you want. So that's what they do. And the most important thing, right? So we have been told from very young there is nothing called as free lunch. Have you heard that statement? Yes? So what do these great mentors expect from you, right? They expect you to pay it forward. That's what they do, right? So most importantly, they build many such people, right? If one is there in your organization, you can bet there will be many more, right? So here I would like to give a few moments pause, and I would like you to reflect whether there was someone in your organization who has helped you like this, or maybe you are the person who is helping that, some other, to develop that talent and things like that. Please, a few moments. So do we all have someone? Okay, please raise your hands. I think most of us do have, right? And that's nice, very nice to know, right? So what happens to you as a person when you work with such great people, right? Something happens to you, right? So, the first thing that happens is you start getting your ideas realized, right? That is one of the things that you notice. But as a person, what happens to you, right? The first thing that I noticed is that, you become a plug-and-play person. So what's a plug-and-play person? We know plug-and-play to be a USB drive, right? USB 3.0 compliant device which you just plug in, and within minutes, it's up and running. But there is a difference between a person and a device, right? So what is the difference? When you become a plug-and-play person, actually, you install the drivers that are needed for the team, and you become up and running within a time. Whereas, for a plug-and-play device, actually it installs the drivers on the host system, whereas you install the drivers that are needed for that team and just become up and running. So that is the difference, right? So that's the first difference that you notice. So you start being there more and more for people. So what do you find? You find that interesting challenges come your way. Right now I have stopped thinking as interesting challenges. To me it has become interesting puzzles, right? You not only work on your own puzzles, but you work on your colleagues' puzzles as well. And you find that you are in an accelerated learning program, right? Without even knowing that you are learning so many things, right? Earlier, I used to do this for myself, right? I usually make a goal saying that, at the end of the year, I should have added 1 skill or 2 skills like that. How many have done that, right? But now, I don't do that anymore. What I do, because of the philosophy that we are all in this together, I find that I'm in an accelerated learning program, and at the end of the year, I find that, I have so many new skills, right? And you started partnering with people for fixing their problems, small solutions, right? Then you realize that actually, people start partnering with you for realizing their ideas, which means they trust in your expertise, in your knowledge, they make you believe that you are an enabler, and then you will take them wherever they want to go, right? So realizing your own ideas is a pretty big thing. But when you start realizing your friends' ideas, right, that is a heady feeling that each one should experience, right? So because of all these things, what happens? Your confidence gets a shot in the arm. You actually pursue perfection, right? You not only pursue perfection, you actually start thinking that, you can achieve perfection, right? And then what happens, you start trusting people, and, you find that, that trust is returned many times over, right? And at work, without you even asking, the moonshot projects or the dream projects or the key projects come your way because your manager, your company believes that, you have it in you to make it a grand success. So without even asking, you find yourself working on those projects. All because of a single thought, we are all in this together. So there is a famous quote, right? So when we learn how to work together versus against each other, things actually start getting better, right? So you start realizing that the shoes that you once thought were too big to fill might one day fit you too. Eventually, you are the positive change. You start building people, right? So, any questions? I mean, if you have time. Any questions or comments? No? That's nice. Wind off this session, just a parting thought. We are all in this together, and let the magic begin. Or if the magic is already there, let it grow and continue. Thank you so much. So this is my email ID. If you want to get in touch, please feel free to do so.
Thank you so much. It was very wonderful. I wish I can say this with my manager with all offense done. So, huge round of applause for Rama Vasudevan. Spoke about the importance of mentors. It is very important. Yes. So, thank you very much.